Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Charlotte.
And I'm Gabby.
And Gabby, you used to sell cars, right?
I did.
Now, what is one thing that a lot of people asked you?
So they were always looking for a trim level, a rare and elusive trim level that offered leather and a sunroof. And that was my biggest want for most of our customers. Now, Charlotte, there's a trim level that gives you just that and a couple extras. What could it be?
I have a feeling it's the 2025 Kia K4 EX Plus.
Guess what the plus means?
Leather and a sunroof?
It does. Those are words you're going to hear a lot of in today's walkthrough, but we're also going to talk about just about everything you get in this trim level and why it's such a great buy. I've even titled this video, More Lux for Less of the Big Bucks. So you can save your money and get all the functions you want.
Definitely.
Shall we get into it, Char?
Let's go. If you guys can't tell, these videos are done live, so no script, no outtakes, it's just what you get.
Yeah.
So
if we mess up, we're stuck with it. But don't worry, we don't mess up because we do these videos every single weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So feel free to put any questions that you have in the live chat, and if you still have questions after this video is already posted, feel free to post them as a comment down below. And before you do that, please like this video and subscribe to the Kia Hyundai channel. It's free. You gotta take advantage of free stuff every chance you get, especially from a dealership. Okay, let's go.
All right, so priced at $27,995 sits the EX Plus trim level of the Kia K4. If you don't know much about the K4, well, it's a brand new model in Kia's lineup, and it's our compact sedan. Now, there's not much compact about it other than the fact that it fits in the segment because this vehicle is quite literally stretched to all four corners, really redefining what it means to be small. There's a ton of space in this vehicle, and one of the things I'm most proud of to have this vehicle in our lineup is the fact that even in its most entry trim level, the LX, you get so much bang for your buck with the K4. And again, if you are someone who likes leather and a sunroof, the X Plus is where it's at. Let's start off with a look at the front end of this vehicle, then we'll take a look under the hood, hop inside, and answer all your questions all in the same video. So first things first, headlamps. Now these headlamps actually come standard on this vehicle. You're gonna get full LEDs. Starting off with your daytime running light, it's that beautiful amber, bright light. That's also gonna be your turn signal indicator. It's extremely noticeable, so people are gonna know what your next move is, provided you signal. When it comes to the headlamp unit itself, as you can tell, it is still an LED, so full LED bulbs on this thing. The design of the lighting actually looks fantastic as well too. Of course, design is always going to be subjective, but this looks pretty dang good. It also widens the front end of this vehicle, so it does have a little bit more road presence compared to the outgoing Kia Forte model. Now, speaking of the Kia Forte model, one thing that's, guys, I had one, I loved that vehicle. But you had to go all the way up to the GT line trim level to get leatherette seating. And for a lot of people, that put them at a pretty high price point. This vehicle is only 3 trim levels in, and you get a lot of those comfort functions, not to mention a bunch of fantastic safety and tech. So I'll first start off with this radar plate that's located right in the very center of the grille. That plate is going to be utilized for your smart cruise control, which, by the way, is a standard function on this car.
Whoa.
Standard, So this vehicle will essentially sense the speed limit of changing traffic. So if you hit stop and go traffic, the vehicle will slow down, come to a complete stop, and then right back up to speed again. You as the driver can also set your following distance as well too. So there's 4 presets, all of which feel very safe and comfortable. On top of that, in the vehicle's windscreen, we'll take a quick look over there before I bring you guys back up to the front end. We have a camera, and this camera is going to provide you with 2 safety functions called lane keep and lane follow assist. Essentially, it's going to monitor the lane markings to make sure, number 1, you're centered in your lane, but also to warn you if you start to divert from it. The vehicle is also smart enough to correct itself in advance, so it doesn't feel like the car is taking over or steering you off the road. It's just a gentle correction that you as a driver can easily override if you're not a fan of it, and you can certainly shut it off if you don't want it at all.
But there's something else different about this windscreen.
Yes, and you probably can't tell by looking at it. It smells different. So this vehicle is going to be your introductory trim level to the acoustic laminated windshield. So in simple terms, that essentially just means a little bit more of a quieter cabin ride. So you'll notice a little bit less road noise when you are driving this vehicle. Just always nice to have, nice to see. That's really the only major difference until you guys get into the inside, where you will find leather and a sunroof.
No way.
But don't worry, we'll still walk you through everything. I'm going to pop the hood to talk about the powertrain. One thing that's special about the EX Plus is this is actually the last available trim level with the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Any trim level above this is going to move you into turbo territory, which if you want a turbo, awesome. If you don't want a turbo and you'd rather have the fuel efficiency of the 4-cylinder naturally aspirated, this is the best trim level to get. So 2-liter, 4-cylinder, like I said earlier, with 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. Now this vehicle is rated for about 7.3 liters per 100 kilometers, and that is combined, so highway and city. You can certainly see it do a little bit better, provided you don't have a heavy foot. But yeah, fantastic fuel efficiency numbers, provided the size of this vehicle and so much that you get in it. The powertrain as well, so 147 horsepower isn't exactly sports car numbers, but that's not what this vehicle is trying to be. As someone who's had this exact powertrain, it has plenty of get up go, and I know in this economy, I'd much rather have fuel efficiency. All right, let's take a look at our wheels. So these are 17-inch alloys. They are the same wheel design that you'll find on the EX model below. I think they look fantastic. Definitely a good size wheel for this vehicle's body. You get a mix of the dark finish, so a nice gloss black, with some machined finished elements as well too. The vehicle is going to come with an all-season tire, and it is a front-wheel drive only vehicle. We do often get asked if it's all-wheel drive or if there's plans for all-wheel drive. Not at this point, but let me tell you, front-wheel drive plus winter tires, you'll do just fine in Canada. Awesome. All right, let's take a look at our wheel arches. So they're a little bit of black plastic, which is actually a huge bonus considering how much road salt and debris we deal with here in Ontario. You don't have to worry about scraping or getting salt on any of your colored body panels throughout. You just gotta worry about everything else over here. But it's a little bit of extra protection, right? Okay, coming over to our mirrors, they are body color. You get an LED turn signal indicator that starts off on the EX trim below. And you also get blind spot detection. So blind spot detection's been around for a while, and it is so nice to have. Essentially, that icon will illuminate if there's a vehicle in your left or right blind spot. It'll also provide you with some audible feedback in the cabin just to remind you, hey, that there's a car there. Maybe now is not the right time to change lanes. And if you still try to change lanes and the vehicle senses there is a risk of a collision, it will give you some feedback, some steering feedback to avoid said blind spot collision. Now that's not the only collision avoidance system that this vehicle has. I'll move your attention right back to the camera located in the center windscreen. That not only monitors your lanes, but it'll also watch what's happening based off the vehicle ahead of you. So the K4 introduced a standard function called Forward Collision Avoidance Assist Level 1.5. Essentially, it's a more advanced version that we saw in the Kia Forte, meaning that if you're making a left at a busy intersection or lane change, oncomings, that kind of thing, this vehicle can sense all those risks of collision and provide brake force to avoid said collision as a driver. So great safety functions to have. It's really nice to see a lot of these things standard as well too. One more thing I'll point out, Charlotte, if you want to zoom in on our door handle, there is a little button there. That's going to be for the proximity entry function. So as long as the key's on you, you can press that button there to unlock the door for you and then lock it once you're out. So no more dangling for your keys. You can keep them on your inner layer and wear a bunch of jackets on top. You'll still be able to get in and out of your car, no problem. All right, here's something that's fun about the K4. We actually have our rear door handle pillar mounted, so a bit of a different location. It's a pretty long door as well too, but opens almost a full 90-degree angle, so very easy to get in and out of this car. Let's close that. You always want a car that's easy to get in and out of. And then the body lines of this vehicle, so it has a very fastback-like style, and a lot of that is thanks to the illusion of a short trunk, so it's very sloped down. Now, that's just an illusion because you actually have quite a lot of storage space in the cargo area. Before I open that though, let's take a look at our tail lamps and the back end of the vehicle. So your tail lamps have a mix of LED bulbs. They extend inwards as well too, so I love the way they integrated the design into, of course, the actual boot itself. Stops at about here, and then you have a nice gloss black pillar. So looks good regardless of the color that you get on the exterior. There's a good amount of dark accidents. They're happy. What does Bob Ross say? I think he says
happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. There's a lot of beautiful black accents that really make the vehicle have a bit of a sporty edge to it, even if you're not getting the turbocharged powertrain. You do also get a trunk release here. So a lot of vehicles in the compact segment don't actually get trunk releases until you reach higher trim levels. And let me tell you why this is such a fantastic thing to have. You ever hop out of your compact sedan and you get something out of your trunk and you realize, oh, dang, I need to either use my key or go right back to my driver's area and release it. Not anymore. As long as the car's unlocked, give that a press, opens from back here. You don't have to run back out there. Been there, done that. Didn't like it. All right, now cargo space-wise, there's 13 liters of cargo space here.
Yeah.
I could say that number.
Sure.
I could say that number all day.
Sounds great.
That does nothing for me visually. What you guys need to know is there's a lot of space over here. I might even hop in to show you.
Suitcases, golf clubs, strollers,
Jabbies.
pack and plays, bodies.
So much room.
Alive.
No.
And in stationary.
Consensual. All right, back here we do have two pull tabs for a 60-40 split on your rear seats here. And another thing I really do like about the K4 is the fact that you get a compact segment with a compact spare tire.
Say what?
Yeah, you don't see that every day. There's also a good amount of space surrounding the spare, so things like extra washer fluid, snow brushes, things that you don't want in your general trunk area, there's room to put it underneath that floorboard. Pretty nice. Okay, one more safety function I'll point out. Oh, also, I never use this, but it's there. There's an actual handle to assist you with closing your trunk. Now, you may want to use this if you're driving in Canada where the entire of your back end of your car is going to be covered in salt and your hands will also get salty.
Life hacks.
This
Really,
car's
it's
clean
just
right now,
the
so we're not
future.
going to do that. Okay, this is real world information, you guys.
We say hidden feature, but it's like designed
It's common
that way.
knowledge. Okay, fuel consumption, this vehicle, like I said, 7.3 liters per 100 kilometers is the combined average. It also has a 47-liter fuel tank, so not a big tank to fill. It's not going to hurt you every time you go to the gas station, and it's simply regular unleaded gasoline. So again, no premium, no mid-grade. This thing runs on hopes and dreams. All right, shall we take a look inside, Charlotte?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, this thumbs up is for you, Zoran.
Do you think we'll find leather in a sunroof?
Gee, really hope so. It'd be a shame if we didn't. All right, let's take a look at the interior of this vehicle. And guys, it's not just leather and a sunroof. We already know we're getting that acoustic laminated sunshade, windscreen. Let me show you what else you're gonna get. It's gonna blow your mind.
So there's something else that this trim
So
will
if
get
it's
to?
not leather and a sunroof that's gonna do it for you, or the windscreen, you ready?
Could be this.
Like this video. It's gonna be the fact that you have not one, but you have two front obstacle detecting windows that are one touch. Woo!
What does one touch mean?
So one touch means flick up, flick down. It's going to automatically come up, down. You don't have to press and hold it, which is really nice. Obstacle detecting means that if I put my hand through and I try to raise it up, it's going to detect that my arm's there. It's going to drop back down, so no one's getting any pinched fingers or anything like that. Super convenient for the drive-through. Regular automatic windows, though, for those in the back seat. But still, regular automatic. All right, for some convenience features, this looks a little bit different than what we've seen from Kia. We have our heated seats and our heated steering wheel with 2 levels of heat located on the door. Some chrome painted door handles, which look very nice. Down below, bottle holder and a storage pocket, and then we're also going to have our speakers. This is going to be one of 6 in this vehicle and just regular in-house sound system. Now your seats. Let me talk about them before I talk about them, okay? They're manual. So manual adjustable, so it's set it and forget it, bring it forward. You do have your height adjustment, which is nice. And then of course you can do your backrest. But the seat itself, what's it made out of? Well, it's synthetic leather. Bet you didn't see that coming. Leather in a sunroof. So here you can get a good look at it. We do have a little bit of a more gray tone for our insert, which I think looks really good. Some contrast gray stitching too, and like I said, these are heated, so very, very comfortable. The seats themselves, actually they have a thinner frame, so more foam, more padding, more comfort. On this side, you'll notice the fact that we have our brightness adjuster, electronic parking brake, and our traction control. Do you want to come around?
For sure.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay, quick spec review. 4-cylinder, it's naturally aspirated 2-liter. You're going to get 147 horse with 132 pound-feet of torque. This is also the very last trim level in the K4 lineup to feature that powertrain. Everything above it's a turbo.
Now you also have leather for your seat, leatherette. What type of configuration do you have?
So mine is still a manual adjustment, but guys, what makes this vehicle special? I think it's one of the only vehicles in its segment that has a height adjustable passenger seat. So you can adjust your height all from the seat.
So matching seats. The only difference, I've got a steering wheel. Gabby doesn't.
This one's arguably better. You don't have to drive.
Well, for some people. All right, so let's talk about what I have directly ahead of me. Of course, we're gonna have our steering wheel, like I said, leather wrapped and heated, as we've discussed. Leather and sunroof, leather and heated steering wheel. Off-center Kia logo, which I actually do think looks good, especially when you have it paired with the off-centered drive mode button as well. So over here, you have your drive mode. You have 2 drive modes, your normal and your sport. So this is going to change up those artificial shift points that we have in the CVT transmission to give it a little bit more of that sportier response. So it is fun that you are able to cycle between the 2. You'll also notice that on this screen, it's 4.2 inches. But we'll finish talking about the steering wheel first before I delve more into that. Split between your driving and your media controls. This side media modes, virtual assistant, your calling, and then also a favorites button where you can channel surf and then also, of course, adjust your volume. This side is going to be that driving control, so you can adjust your cruise control, your lane keep, your lane follow, all on the fly and from the touch of a button, which is very nice and convenient. It doesn't require any type of digging through screens. You also, of course, have this notes icon, which is going to change what you see on your multi-information trip computer, which is directly ahead of me. So that's that 4.2-inch screen I mentioned earlier. So you can see some of the specs as to how the vehicle responds with you as the driver. You can see which safety features are going to be enabled and also your TPMS, because we do have TPMS in our wheels. Lighting stock and wiper stock, pretty straightforward right there. And then for the rest of our screen, for our speedometer and our tachometer, they are digital. However, it's not a full digital display. It just is a digital interface, basically. Yeah, looks pretty good. I really like this software. I like that these hash marks fill up too, of course, as your speed and RPM increase. I think it's just a fun touch. I think it looks cool.
You can change the color too, which is pretty cool.
You can change the color in your screen, which is very fun as well. On this side, this is a 12.3-inch multimedia screen, which is standard, which is, again, absolutely fantastic. When it comes to your CarPlay or your Android Auto, your phone projection is going to be wireless, so no cables are needed in this vehicle at all. You don't need one to charge. You don't need one for connection. You're good. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay. All right. Some other features that we have. Number one is you can see how adaptive this is, but also you can have this drop-down menu too. From where there you can adjust it, and you can also have some quick controls here as well, which I really like. Now from here we can pop into setup. You can go into vehicle and go into driver's assistance. This is where you're going to be able to access all of those exterior safety features that Gabby mentioned and adjust them if you want to be that active assert, which may apply emergency braking, or if you just want them to be an alert, which would be something that's a little bit more audible or visual on the screen. Speaking of interior safety, this vehicle, it does have 8 different airbags in it, which is fantastic for a vehicle of this size. All right. That's pretty much your multimedia screen. I love it. Software is fantastic. It mirrors really well with your phone. I still like that we have a mix of real buttons and dials. We have a roller knob in the center, your home, map, and a search function too. So this can really help with finding different contacts, media, or also features. So if there's a feature that you want to find to adjust, you can simply press that button and type it in. Your media, favorites, and your setup, which will quick jump us back into that screen. Down below, designated climate control too. I really love that all of these buttons for your fan direction are different, so you don't have to keep pressing one, but you're still going to have your front and rear defrost, increase your fan speed, and of course adjust the temperature. It's also very easy for the driver and passenger to both use all of these controls, even though it seems like the temperature may be far away. But I can do it without even doing a full arm extension, so very nice. Down below, your wireless phone charger, so pair that with wireless Apple CarPlay and you are in business. Awesome, I love that. But if you do want to use wireless or wired CarPlay, you can do that too, don't worry. It's still an option. And you even have a 12-volt. Push to start, leather top gear shift, leather and sunroof, auto hold, and from here you'll also have your rear view camera, which will come up, of course, as the vehicle is put into reverse. It also has dynamic guidelines, so as I turn the wheel, you can see that it will shift with you. Guillotine style cup holders, if I can get them back in. So very adjustable and quite large. They can definitely accommodate whichever water bottle is popular this month. Or a Trenta-sized Starbucks, because that's actually what our VPOG said.
My gosh, sorry, the chat is being extremely horrible.
Oh, please don't.
It's not our usual people that are, yeah.
Don't ruin fun for other people. Don't be a joy robber. That's what my kindergarten teacher used to say. All right, center console. It's there. It's got space. Up top. You're never gonna believe what this is. It's a sunroof, but it's not your grandma's sunroof. Full width sunroof. It's bigger than normal, babes. Leather and sunroof.
That's a big sunroof.
That's a big sunroof. Up top, I will also mention the fact that we have LED interior lighting. You're also going to have your quick controls here for Kia Connect. So this would be to access emergency assistance or roadside assistance. And then Kia Connect is also standard. Oh, no. Okay, it's not active. Oh, we're good. I started sweating there a little bit. But you know it works. So you do have standard Kia Connect in this vehicle, which is essentially Kia's telematics system. It's going to allow you to pair your phone essentially, and from there you can do cabin preconditioning to a preset temperature. You can also use things like location services, and if you do have the full 360 camera, you can use it to actually have it send you photos as to your car's location and what's going on around it. And you also have roadside assistance. 5 years, unlimited kilometers, courtesy of Kia. Let's take a look at the back seat. All right, so back here we have class leading or leading class rear legroom, and this really is fantastic. I personally really love the amount of space back here, and something else that I love is the shape of these seats, because not only do you have a ton of legroom, but also because you're able to use this as a coat or a bag holder. Something that is really nice is that it's going to take all of that off of the floor. That way you can really make the most of all of that legroom. These seats, they are the same leather, leatherette. And you also have sets of lower latch anchors too. One thing I would love to see would be this to fold down. It does not in this trim, so that would have been a great addition for the EX Plus. However, I like that we do have rear ventilation. We also have USB-Cs and a little convenience pocket down here with one cargo pocket for stretch, or net pocket for stretch.
We got asked if it's wireless Apple and Android Play or only wireless Apple Play.
Nope, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Awesome. All right, shall we answer some questions?
I think we shall. Let me close up the sunroof.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Car's off. Okay, I'm not even going to attempt to close the hood while having this in my hands. Let's see what questions we have, you guys. One more thing, I already pointed this out when I did the front end of this vehicle, but I just think those headlamps look great. It's such a beautiful car. We did get asked, it was just a question earlier on, if it's GDI. So the 2-liter is going to be multi-point injection, MPI. And then if you do opt for the turbo, the 1.6 will be a GDI.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stand, hold on, fully over here out of the way of the vehicle. That way you guys can get a good look at it. Oh, sorry, girlfriend.
Got asked if there's any cup holders for the rear. Not cup holders,
really.
but the doors have bottle holder slots.
So they are angled is the only thing. They're definitely more so for bottles.
Okay. What makes this EX Plus a plus compared to just EX? Well, I'm so glad you asked that. Leather and a sunroof. There's also the acoustic laminated windshield and the one-touch front window, so driver and front passenger. How's the reliability? So this is the very first year for the Kia K4, so we can't say, you know, much. However, the powertrain, the transmission, and a lot of shared elements are with the Hyundai Elantra and the previous Kia Forte, and those cars run. They run forever. My Forte I had for 2.5 years, but it was super high mileage, 0 problems with the vehicle. Seriously, the only maintenance I ever did was air filter and oil. I didn't even do brakes.
Yeah, oh, you're due for tires.
Yeah, I was due for tires, but that's user error. There's, but also Elantras. My brother drives a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Great cars.
MG asked, can it tow? This vehicle is not rated to tow. So no, don't tow with it.
Are you dressing up for Friday's show? Probably not.
What's Friday?
I'll probably be in my work clothes.
What's Friday?
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Oh, work.
But yes, Friday's work. Can it mow?
Yes.
You could probably put...
You could mow people down.
Charlotte, that is so dark.
I guess I can't put that on the internet.
I was going to say you could...
Actually, you've got forward collision avoidance assist.
Will the dealership actually honor the warranty provided you've done nothing to void the warranty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's not like accident damage. Yes, of course. Okay, I'm just trying to scroll
here's
up.
a funny thing. A lot of people call the comprehensive warranty bumper to bumper, but bumpers aren't actually covered by your warranty.
That is one thing you will never hear me say. You will never hear me describe it as bumper to bumper. I will say it's a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer limited comprehensive warranty.
Smart said, I have a question. For such a big car, don't you think an 18-inch wheel would look better? Also, this car looks like a Panamera from the side. I don't think it's trying too hard to look like Panamera. I think it just also has a fastback-esque style. I still think the Panamera looks very different. But 18-inch wheels, hold on, let me take another look. I think it does 17s just fine. And you know what, guys? When it comes time to buying new tires, you're not going to want to pay.
You're going to be glad it's 17s.
Yes. So long-term maintenance, if you guys are putting winter tires on this, or it just comes time to replace the all-seasons, 17s are cheaper than 18s. And 16s are even cheaper than that. Man, I wish every car had a 15-inch wheel.
The Rio.
Okay. I would not drive low profile in Canada. You want some sidewall, especially winter. All right. That's probably it for today's video.
Yeah, I'm not really
seeing
too many more questions, but We have some exciting things going on this week. Gabby and I will be at the Toronto Auto Show on Thursday for Media Day.
Yes.
So being able to bring you guys some hopefully new vehicles. Hopefully.
Exciting for sure.
So make sure that you're sticking around a lot. If you haven't turned on your post notifications for YouTube, do so. That way you know what's going on Thursday. And we can keep you guys in the know.
Yes.
With that being said,
That
see you
being
tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. If you didn't check out our earlier live stream, watch that one.
It's all about Gabby's truck.
It was a very different video. All right, bye you guys.
Bye.